Hi there, Craig Hocknull here. I'm at Port St. Lucie, PGA Village, just working on my short game. Decided to do a few videos for you. I'm off here on the edge of the green. You can see them in the practice area. There are lots and lots of divots. But usually when you have, you're right there where the camera is. And what I'm saying is the flag is cut only a few paces onto the green. So out of this kind of sketchy situation, I can't really afford to be trying to hit a spinning little wedge to have it land basically right where the fringe and the green meet and then stop right where the pin is. So what I have to do is I have to use the ground here between me and the fringe. So in that case, I'm going to be using either a putter or an 8-iron. So the old Texas wedge to run it along the ground, or I'm going to use my 8-iron and do a putting stroke with that. So I'll just hit a couple putts. This one is pretty self-explanatory. I think the one thing most people make a mistake on here is they go ahead and just fully rip at it. And they think that this grass is going to slow it down considerably, so they hit it too hard. I think one thing you have to remember is, 100 years ago, we were probably putting on grass like this as if it was the putting green. But we get so spoiled with how fast the actual putting greens are. The pin's not very far on the green. All I have to do is roll it up this hill. Don't really have to think a whole lot. Just pull the putter back, putt it right along the ground. What that's going to do in practice is give me the opportunity to get the feel for what the 8-iron putt looks like. So all I'm doing, taking the 8-iron and putting. I think the one mistake that most people make here is they play that ball back correctly, but then they go ahead and pop it and they punch it as if they're hitting a sand wedge or a 60 degree. I don't try to loft this at all. This club's about 40 degrees of loft. If I press it forward, I'm only going to be left with about 10 or 15 degrees of loft. In this setup off my back foot, all I have to do is take it back and forth just like the putter. And to me, it doesn't even matter if the ball gets off the ground. In fact, in some situations, when the ball's sitting down in a little divot, it may not get off the ground. But this is definitely worth your time practicing. Just pull it back and putt it. Don't try to land it at a certain spot. All you're trying to do is hit it at a pace that will get you to your destination. One more time, back of the stance, gripping down, hands forward. Just kind of rock the shoulders as if it's a putt. Just takes a little practice to figure out exactly how hard to swing. All right, that's a perfect example. I kind of topped it just a tiny little bit. It jumped through the air maybe only a yard or so and then rolled all the way onto the green, perfectly right there next to where the camera's sitting on the putting green. So don't be afraid to try. I like the 8-iron. You could do it with a 7 or a 6 or any club that you choose. Hybrids are sometimes good from here too. The reason why I like the 8 is because it gives me just a little bit of loft, and then I can just do my putting stroke. So hopefully this helps you next time you're out on the course.